Hello and welcome to this tutorial from the File ICT Academy ICT Elective video series. In the previous video I answered the Excel question from the 2025 school candidate practical examination for the ICT elective. And then in this other video I'll be answering question number 2, which is HTML. Now if you look at the question here, it's a very simple one. It says using an appropriate text editor, and then as you can see I'm using Notepad. So even if you don't have any code editor in your computer, you can use Notepad. It says write the HTML codes to produce the 3 pages as shown in figure 2. Okay, that is page 1, page 2, page 3. And set the title of the pages to your index number and full name. Set the names of the individual pages to hyperlink that will allow movement from page 1 to page 2. So if you go to page 1, you should be able to see a link that will take you to page 2. If you are in page 2, when you click, it should take you to page 3, and when you are in page 3 also, page 3 should take you to page 1. Okay, as you can see here, the arrow shows that from page 1 you should be able to click and go to page 2. From page 2 you should be able to click and go to page 3, and from page 3 you should also be able to click and go to page 1. Okay, so the other question says save the page as linked pages in the folder. Okay, so let's start here. So as you can see on the left hand side of my screen, I already have the HTML page structure, which I believe you already know how to do. So let's start with the first one. It says set the page title of the page with your index number. So I'm going to go to title. So remember, you have the doc type declaration here. This is the HTML5 doc type declaration, and you have the opening tag for the HTML page. You have the head and the closing of the head, and inside the head you have the title, and then you have the body. So the title here, we come between the titles and we type our index number. So let's assume that our index number is 080001002, for example, and then we also add our full name. Okay, so let me zoom out a bit. Okay, so from there it says set the names of the individual pages to have a hyperlink. So I did not save any page yet, so maybe from here what I can do is let me just come inside the body and then create a link. So to create a link, you just use the anchor tag. Okay, you use the anchor tag and you say href equals to double quotation, and then you type the name of the page. So let's assume that I did not create the pages yet, but I'm just creating a template so that I can use that to create the other ones. So I'm going to say maybe page 1.html. That's how I'm going to name that page. Okay, but remember I am inside. Maybe I'm going to be okay, don't worry, let's just continue. I'm going to say page 1, and then I close that, and then I'll come and close the anchor tag here, and then I will type here page 2. So let's just say, for example, let me just put page 2 here. Okay, so let's assume that I did not save it yet, but let's assume that this is going to be page 1. So here it says from page 1 you go to page 2. So if this is going to be page 1, then that means you're going to put page 1's name here, page 2's name here, and then the content, what is going to show inside the page, should also be page 2. Okay, so now as you can see, I have placed my index number and my name in the title of the page, and I've created a link that will take me to page 2. Okay, so I'll click on save as, and then call this page 1.html. okay, page 1.html, and I will save it in my folder. Okay, so now I can use the same code. I copy, then I create another tab here. Or if you cannot create a tab, all you can do, maybe on your taskbar where you have your notepad, you can just create another notepad by right clicking on the notepad here and then saying notepad. Okay, in case you are using an older version of Windows, so you can have another notepad. Okay, so you see, so I'm done with page 1, so I'll come to page 2. So inside page 2, I will change this to 3. Okay, and I also change this to 3. Then I will go to save as, and I will call this page 2.html, because when you are in page 2, you should have a link that should take you to page 3. Okay, then we repeat the same step. We copy the code, we create another notepad, then this one now should be page 1. Okay, this one should be page 1. So I'm going to save this as page 3. So I will call this page 3.html. okay, so as you can see in my folder, I have the 3 pages, page 1, 2 and 3. So when I double click on page 1, as you can see in the address, I am in page 1. So inside page 1, I'm seeing page 2, a link to page 2. So when I click on the link to page 2, as you can see, the address has changed. Now I am in page 2. So I'll also see the link to page 3. When I click on page 3's link, it will take me to page 3. So now I am in page 3. And then now when you come here, now I see a link that will take me to page 1. When I click on page 1, you see now I am in page 1. Perfect. So that's all the examiner needs you to do. Okay, so let's go back and see whether we have any other questions there. Okay, so okay, we have already done that. The movement is working. And so we go to save the page as link pages. Okay, this is the question I did not understand, but maybe it is saying create a folder and call it link pages whatsoever. So let's come to create a folder here, for example. Okay, new, create a folder, call it linked pages. Okay, and then you can just move all these 3 pages to that folder. I believe that's what they meant in that question. Okay, so that's all for that question, and thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe, and then I will be answering the other question, which is the publisher, shortly, inshallah. Bye bye.